Hello, hello, hello. Happy holidays. I'm Tiiu Napp, and I am with the amazing Dr.
Dr.
Michael
Michael
Gross.
Gross, thank you for being with us.
We're so thrilled to have you joining us tonight. It's a very, very special holiday season, and Michael has a phenomenal message. So, what I'm going to do is keep my intro very short. He's totally changed my life when he woke up my soul. And maybe we'll talk about that another time. But for now, Michael has a powerful holiday message, and I'll put all his contact information in the comments so that you can definitely get in touch with him after. Go ahead, Michael.
Well, thank
Take
you,
it away.
everyone. Wish you all a happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. And I thought I'd talk about a little bit about the celebration of life, but a celebration of your life. We celebrate holidays, Christmas, Easter, Hanukkah, whatever your religious preferences are, but also celebrating your friends and the gatherings that you'll be having. And even if you're alone this weekend or over the holiday season, spend a few moments in private giving thanks for your life. And we don't do that enough. We sit there and we lament, oh, this and that, and so on. And this is not working out right. I don't have this, I don't have that. But think about this. Think about your whole life, whatever age you are 20, 30, 40, 80, whatever age you are. Do you think every moment of your life was chaos? But I've often sat there and said, why do we focus on the doubts, the fears, and the chaos and not celebrate the beautiful things we've learned? So, this holiday season, give thanks for everything you've learned. Yeah, you had challenges. Yes, it may have been a little painful, but out of the challenges and the pain, you're reborn. You're reborn with new knowledge, new gifts, new understanding, and realizing that all these challenges in your life is to create a happier life. I mean, how do you know whether you like something or not? Look at your life like going into a restaurant. You try a dinner there. Maybe you try some exotic food. Nah, I don't like it. So you try a different meal. Oh, I like this much better. Or maybe you tried a certain kind of meal and you didn't like it, but you went to another restaurant and it's prepared differently. But you learned something. You experienced something. And that's what's so important. So look at your life. That's just a grand experience of understanding what you like and don't like, what you came here and learned, and what you don't learn, but store it in your memory banks because you never know later on that knowledge you have. Oh, I learned something new. Now, many times of all of us have been hurt in relationships, and it's kind of been there, done that, or you hear, "Oh, this is so painful." Scotty, beam me up. I've had it. So sometimes I've said that too. Scotty, beam me up. I've had it. On the other hand, rejoice in what you've learned. So if you run across that situation again, which you will, you go, whoops, been there, done that one. No, I'm not going to do that. I love you dearly. See you later. Goodbye. But there's always an expression, a spiritual expression, throughout the many years of my learning curve, shall we say, and things that I've learned. And so important is to love everyone. Love everyone unconditionally. Key word, unconditionally. Love some people from a distance, though, which means, yeah, I love you unconditionally, but you're not, you create chaos in my life or you make me unhappy. So instead of judging them, love them. Ask the true source to send them unconditional love, but stay away from a distance. See, if you send out hate or anger or frustration, guess what? Whatever you experience or send out comes back to you like a boomerang. Toss it out, comes back.
Oh, that's not necessarily a good thing.
No, it isn't. It's kind of painful. And the analogy I use, and I want to refer to again, you go to a wishing well, you throw in a penny or a rock, and make a wish. And these ripples go out to the edge of the wishing well or maybe the shore. But watch it, because after it goes out, there are ripples underneath and it goes right back to the origin.
Wow.
So what you think you create, what you create, you experience. Boy, doesn't that sound familiar? But this holiday season, I want to also share a couple of very important messages from the true source. So we already heard one, what you think you create, what you create, you experience. The next one, are you a slave of your fears or master of your life? Think about that. Are you really a slave of your fears? Are you focusing on fear, doubt, insecurity. Where's my next lunch coming from? How am I going to pay my rent? Am I going to have this job? What's happening around the world? We see politics creating all kinds of chaos, world leaders creating chaos, talking about this. People are so judgmental. Oh, this person, that person, families are being divided. Kind of reminds me of what I read about the Civil War. The North versus the South, families were divided. What does it really get you? What is it really? Think about that. Oh, I want to be right. Cool. I want to be right because I'm for this and you're against that. And the other person say, no, I'm right and you're wrong. So here you go. You're wrong, you're right, you're right, you're wrong, going back and forth. Is it really necessary? Because you're having a one-on-one with person or you're with families. Isn't the family more important than politics or whatever you want to bring up in your life? Politics are temporary. They say we in America have a short memory and we can go back to the Korean War, we can go back to Vietnam, and then we can go back even further more that went on, and then we forget all about it. What I'd like you to focus on in this beautiful season, I'd like or suggest you to do is think about how can I express love around us? You know, as I've often said, nothing negative can live in the energy of love. So celebrate your life. You're here to experience, whether it's painful, whether it's joyous, happy, or angry or frustration, you're learning something new. And again, I reiterate that what I've learned is that, and it's very important, when you're angry at someone or situation, don't be angry at them. It's not their fault. You put yourself in that position for them to say or do something to make you angry. So look at yourself and say, well, I'm getting a dose of something, but I put myself in that position. And there are so many people looking for approval, all the way looking for approval. I had clients when I would suggest something, they had to ask 27,000 people. I'm exaggerating, but they had to ask 4 or 5 different people. And then they got confused. Why? Because they were doubting, because they don't have trust, self worth, self love, and self esteem. The big three that we came here to learn. I remember years ago, one of my students wanted to have talking books. This is when they were using little cassettes. And her husband wanted to buy a boat. And she asked me, what do I think? And I told her. And she asked the students, and they said, great idea. And then she went to, I don't know, 8 or 9 intuitive or psychic. She said, everyone agreed with you except one. She said it would work out, and she was right. All
Oh,
of you
no.
were all wrong. And I went,
No.
oh, that's really interesting. So if you saw 20 people and 19 said it would work and one didn't, that's pretty good odds.
I think so.
But what happened is
Wow.
she didn't do it and he got his vote. And what she did was she learned something. She was setting up a business to do that. He could have bought 4 or 5 boats or 3 or 4 boats as it became successful. But nope, she just acquiesced because she doubted herself. And that's so important because if you doubt yourself, you create a roadblock unintentionally, but you create a roadblock. And what did you learn? You created a roadblock. Well, how would I know if it worked or didn't work? You don't know until you try it. And as the true source said, there's no such thing as failure because you learn what works and doesn't work. You gain great knowledge. You're full of knowledge. You're knowledge by your experiences. And sometimes we gain knowledge by listening to someone else. But more important, Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify. And that's really important. I'm not being political here, but trust as it's being said, but verify if it really applies to you. And that's what's so important, if it applies to you. It's like if you call me and say, hey, what's the weather tomorrow, Michael? And I tell you, you trusted that I looked up the weather report and that I didn't make it up, which happens to be true. But on the other hand, oh, I think it's going to be beautiful outside. I think. Okay, that means I didn't verify it. So that's so important. But it's more important for you to gain knowledge. That's what you are here for. And it's also karma. I get a really bad rap when we talk about karma. We think karma is negative. So karma means an experience to grow and learn from. Dharma with a D is, hey, here's a reward. But you're always getting constant rewards. It's so important because the law of right action and correct exchange. If you help somebody out, if you do some kindness, it has to come back to you. On the other hand, if you cheat someone, guess what? You're going to get cheated. So are you being punished? No. You learn never to do that again. This is a period, they tell me astrologically, and I want to point out I'm not an astrologer, where it's a transformational period that we're going through. Well, what does that really mean? Transformation means, what have I got to give up? What I got to get let go of? Well, if I do this, is something worse going to happen? Yeah, maybe, because you just manifested something worse is going to happen because you create by your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions. If you say, hey, learn that, done that, I'm through, great things are going to be happening. What's going to happen? Great things. You see, what you think you create, what you create, you experience. That old expression. But more importantly, let's talk about the universe. So, what you think you create, what you create, you experience. These thoughts have an energy, frequency, and vibration. They go out to the ethers, they attract it into your life. Well, you're not a victim because you created it. And that's so important for you to learn. This holiday season, I would like so many of you to spend a moment to give thanks for your life. Give thanks for everything you've experienced. Yes, the pain, the joy, the happiness, because you grew and learned from it. And growing and learn gives you knowledge. Knowledge is power. So most of us want to compare with other people. Oh, look at they have this and they have that, and so on and so forth. Well, stop being jealous. Maybe that's not what you came here to do. You didn't come here to be a trillionaire or whatever. You came here to enjoy life. There are many people I work with that are very successful and very wealthy, and they worry about their success and their wealth. And they forgot, hey, reverse engineering. You know how you created it? You can create it forever. You're creating your life by your thoughts. And now, been there, done that one. I'm going to do this one. Or I want to experience something exciting and new and positive. But what do? Sometimes we go around, ask other people's opinion. And the old story, if you tell a story to 20 people, by the time it gets to the 20th birthday, it'll be changed completely. So what you have to do is trust. Trust that you're learning something. That's all you have to do. Is it painful? If you want to think it's painful.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But think about it. If it was painful, that's the way you chose to learn it. There's the easy way and the hard way, and I could sit there and explain something to you and say these are possible outcomes. And then you go, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to do this anyway. Okay. I honor that. And you go, I should have listened. How many times have you said, should have followed through? I should have listened. But it's positive because even though you end up with egg on your face, you learn something new. Are there mistakes? No, it's just all knowledge. And you are a plethora of knowledge. Just think of your age. Think of how many seconds in your life your age is. So if you're 40, 50, multiply it by all the seconds in a year. Humongous number. Huge. But every moment you've learned something new. With every breath, you've learned something new. With every laugh, or with every smile, with every scream, with every yell, whichever anger. But what are you going to give power to? Your fears, your doubts, your insecurities? Or just say, all right, I messed up. I learned something new, and I'm going to move forward. The most important thing that we have to do is to forgive ourselves. Forgive ourselves. And there's a 3-step process. First of all, what I would suggest is seek permission to talk to the soul of that person. And when you talk to the soul of that person, you forgive them for what they did to you because you learn something. Then what you do is after you forgive them, right, for doing what they've done, then you need to forgive yourself for putting yourself in that position so that they dumped on you. And then you need to forgive yourself for looking around and saying, why I created it. So you forgive them, they ask them to forgive you, and then you forgive yourself. 3-step process. Now you can do this lightly. And I've done it. Believe me, I've done it. But there were tears, there was anxiety, there was frustration. And then I felt a release and full of love. So, as a true source said to me, Michael, sometimes you are the teacher and they are the student. And other times they are the teacher and you're the student. I said, yeah, you're right. We learn from each other and we grow. Thank you for being in my life. And yeah, it hurts. But I put myself in a position to learn and grow. This holiday season, as I said, celebrate everything you've learned in this past year, or even if you can remember, even in other years, and celebrate that you're still here, that you are, my branding, you are unlimited, and you created this. Now, what do you want to create? Think about that. Unconditional love, allowingness, and non judgmentalness. Yep. And you want to create your perfect life. Well, then they go, well, I have to make a laundry list. No, I'll give you a roll of toilet paper with 500 sheets and write all 500 down, and then sit there and meditate for 30 seconds on each one of the 500 sheets. And I guarantee you'll miss something because I know I've done it. What do? You manifest your perfect life. That's all. Well, how do I know it's going to be perfect? Your soul knows. You think your soul is going to sabotage you? Thinks your soul wants you to suffer? It was very interesting when I moved out here and I was teaching at City University and I had a truck. It passed everything but the gas station. So I decided to manifest a used car. It was a Honda station wagon. And I manifested the perfect car. I didn't know what it was. And I'm looking at ads. Oh, there's a Honda station wagon, my credit card car. I don't know, 10, 12, 14 years old. It was a Honda Civic. And I manifested it. And I called up the woman and talked to her. And she told me, well, could have over 100,000 miles on it. It runs pretty great. And I heard, buy the car. So I did. She delivered it, full tank of gas, paid her. She was happy. I was happy. And I went, transmission's got to go to the brakes, the tires, yada, yada. It went down the whole list. 4 days later, the battery died. I forgot to say the battery's got to be perfect. And then the true source said, ask for the perfect car. Don't worry about it. Well, I put over 100,000 miles on the car. It was a standard transmission. Believe it or not, one set of brakes. I put the cheapest Korean tires I could. And I got, well, I don't know, I had 60,000 miles on the tires and they were still good when I sold it. The guy I sold it to is best car I've ever had. And I don't know if he's running it today, but that's just an example. The perfect car. Ask for your perfect relationship, your perfect job, your perfect health, whatever. And don't sit there and say, what's this? And it's got to be that. It's got to be this and that. Don't do that. And once you do it, my perfect whatever, don't sit there and every day. It hasn't happened yet. And I've had that happen when I teach about manifestation. And there was one of my clients that, well, I was manifesting my perfect, money and job, but it hasn't happened yet, but I'm still manifesting it. But it hasn't happened. After the third time, he said, you're blocking it. No, I'm not. She screamed at me. Well, why you said it hasn't happened yet? You don't have belief. And eventually it did work out. She delayed it, but it worked out for her. But you don't set up the parameters. It's like, hey, Michael, I want a sourdough bread. Okay. You care whether I go to San Francisco, New York City, Montreal, Canada, Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington. You don't care. Here's the delicious sourdough bread. And that's it. All you're interested in is the final result, the final product. That's all you need to know. Because you see, you are worthy of everything. That's why you're here. You're here to experience and have love and joy and happiness, not pain, not insecurity, not doubts and fears. It's so unbelievable how we create our lives. But yet, we can uncreate or reverse whatever pain we have or insecurities. And then you get yes, but, yes, but, yes, but. Congratulations. You know what? You're 100% correct. Yes, but. Let me know when you're finished doing that so that we can get back on course. Because every time you go, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, what happens is you block it. Or something begins to happen and then you begin to analyze what is really happening. Is it going to continue? Is it going to get better? The minute you create the doubt, I love you. You blocked it. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You know why you're doubting it? Because you don't think you're worthy. You don't believe it. Well, my past history, they go on. Yeah, because you created doubt and you didn't believe it. Think about when you were a child at Christmas, which we're talking about. And what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I want my,
White go-go boots.
yeah, white go-go boots that you wanted.
White go-go boots.
Yep, and you got them, didn't you?
I did. I told my mom and dad asked, I'm sorry for interrupting, but it popped into my head. My mom and dad said, nope, they cost too much. And I was disappointed, but underneath the Christmas tree, when we opened the gifts, there was a box with white go-go boots in it from my grandmother.
There you go. So just believe, I want a sled, I want skates. My day, we did those things. Maybe you want a new cell phone or a computer or whatever. And it shows up. So just believe you're worthy of it. And that's all you have to know. And here's the other key. Always give thanks. Because whatever you give thanks for, the universe goes, well, you must like it, so we'll give you more. Or some people, yeah, everything's screwed up. And if you talk about that, universe goes, well, you must like be screwed up, so we'll give you more of it. Well, why would that happen? Because you see, the way it works is when the universe gives you whatever you want, it doesn't differentiate whether it's right or wrong. You ask for it, I'll give it to you. And then you determine whether it's right or wrong. And that's what's so important. And there are things that happen today or things you have tried that hasn't worked. But maybe 5 years from now, when it pops up in your thoughts, now's the time it's ready. It's all about trust. In this holiday season, just trust that as you send out the love and you're caring, that it will come back to you. Don't use with what's in it for me. Forget it. Just send out the love. Be there to help others. And you know what'll happen? Will come back to you and it'll be appreciated. And I'll tell you one story. When I was in Boston before I moved out here, I had a big home. And sometimes my friends were lost or they lost their apartment and they would stay with me. And finally I left and sold everything, came out here and I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't have a job. And friends of mine from Boston called me up. Hey, we moved out here. Why don't you stay with us? Karma came back to me. Dharma, love came back and it worked out beautifully. So in this holiday season, I'll surmise what you should do, I should say. And that is give thanks for your life. Give thanks at everything you've learned in your life. Love yourself unconditionally. Don't look for in the mirror, I got a pimple here, I got a wrinkle here. You know what? Congratulations. Because keep it up and you'll multiply it. Because whatever you're expressing is going to happen. So who is your greatest competitor? Look in the mirror. You are. It's your ego. It's your doubts, your fears. Everything in your life you've learned to become successful with. And that's so important. Steve Jobs he wanted the best computer. And he worked on it. And Apple began doing well. He stepped down, started going downhill. He got back in, built it back up. But in the very end, the quotes were him was a $30 watch will tell you at the same time as a $300 watch. A $3,000 car will get you the same place as a $50,000, $60,000 car. And the one thing you can't buy is health. And it was a quote from him when he was birthing out of his body. For those of you who don't know what birthing out is, it means, I don't like the word dying, because you birth in and birth out. And he went, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And what can we surmise? It was something beautiful and wonderful that he's experiencing. So don't wait till you birth out. Make a decision today that I'm going to create love and joy and happiness in my life. And it doesn't have to be material. I'm going to trust my soul that I have my perfect life, perfect things are happening to me, and watch the magic happen. So I want to wish all of you happy holidays. I want to wish the best for you. And to you, would you like to say something before we sign off?
Absolutely. There's a couple of things we'd like to share with you before we sign off. But thank you, Michael, for this time. I want to wish everyone a very, very happy holiday and a wonderful new year. This is a year of a brand new beginnings for many of us. And I know that there's exciting times ahead. I also know that sometimes we'll be challenged. But if you keep your faith, if you keep believing the true source is with you, inside you, in your soul, we're an aspect of the true source, like Michael says.
Yes.
And trust the voice inside. Trust that everything will be okay, and get out of your own way with all that crazy analogical stuff. Because Michael always tells me you can get analysis paralysis, right, Michael?
Yes.
And we don't need that. This
No,
is
we don't.
a beautiful holiday season. Embrace love and share it with others because we love you.
We do. And I want to share something else. And that is every Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's called Soul Awakening. And it's done on freeconferencecall.com. All you need to do is call in and ask a question, and hopefully I can answer it. Then I deliver a 10-minute message. Now, I've had others say, well, I pretty much know all this stuff. Well, perhaps you do. Maybe you've forgotten it. And this is a reminder. Or maybe you want to share something that'll help enlighten us, whatever you so desire. But I'd like to have you enjoy, I should say, this new knowledge or remembering things and enjoy this new understanding of your soul creating a life that you chose to have, and you can choose it to have with love and joy and happiness. So freeconferencecall.com, and to you, share the information.
Happily. That number is 202 926 1059, and the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. I like to do that. Have fun. One more time, please.
Absolutely. 202 926 1059, and the code, Michael?
125446 pound. Using the same telephone number, same access code, the second Saturday of every month from 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01 Pacific time. It's called the Mass Consciousness Healing. And what I believe in this so powerfully, that we are the solution, that we are making a difference. What happens is that we asked the true source to be used as a conduit to bring forth unconditional love on this planet. We don't care who you are, what you are, your origins are the same. And this unconditional love. And I will share with you, I've had Krishna would join us, Buddha, Jesus Christ, the Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and other archangels and our angels all assisting us. And you actually become a conduit for unconditional love. And remember, nothing negative can live in the energy of love. And this whole planet be surrounded with love, because we have to make the difference. We are the one that created it, whether indirectly or directly. And now it's time to create the proverbial Garden of Eden of love. So please join us. And Tiiu, give that number one more time.
That number is 202 926 1059, and the access code,
125446 pound. Also, I would like to share with you that I mentioned in the 10-minute message on Soul Awakening. I would like all of you to take me up on this. So what we do, I have 410 different messages. And we're going to give you a telephone number, and it starts with number 3, and choose anyone from 3 through 410. And I had one of my beautiful souls and friends said, well, you haven't indexed them. You're right. You want to read through 407 or 8 or 9 different labels? I don't want to. And actually, I forgot to do it True Source said, tell them to trust their soul. And I can't tell you how many people listen go, just what I needed to hear, Michael.
It works. It works.
It does. Give them that telephone number.
That number for the recording is 434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125-446 pound. One more time, please.
434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125-446 pound. Also, I'd like to share with you, if you go to Dr. Michael B. Gross, YouTube, you can see all the replays of these beautiful messages that Tiiu and I bring forth in the podcast. Also, there are some messages and where you'll see a beautiful photograph from an award-winning photographer.
Thank
Tiiu, you're welcome. And there's a quote, and then you'll hear the audio part. So I would suggest all of you do that. And two more things. Share this with others. The more people we have, the more difference we make on this planet. Goodness knows we need to make a difference.
What else do you offer the people, Michael?
I don't know. What else do I offer?
I know what you offer is absolutely the most priceless gift you could give.
Thank you.
So tell the people.
I offer a complimentary 30-minute consultation, and you can ask any question. There's no obligation. I'm not going to say, and if you get this today, you're going to save $4,000 of blah, blah, blah.
And get Ginsu knives.
Yeah, and get Ginsu knives. Yes, so that's not going to happen. All I will say is if I can be any help, please let me know. Thank you very much, period. And if you never want to call me again, that's fine. You want to call me later or you need some help, I'm here. Whatever works for you. And if you don't, I love you. And my sole purpose is to help you and wake up your soul. And maybe that's all you needed. So I wanted to share that with you. And we're going to do a little commercial. This is brought to you by Healing the Holes in Your Soul, a beautiful book written by Tiiu Napp. It's all about from, she says, grace
From gutter
to gutter.
No, wait.
It's the other way around, from gutter to grace. It's so powerful. It's like the mythological phoenix rising from the ashes. It's a beautiful book. It's powerful. It will inspire you. And you will realize through all the things she's gone through, and I got to tell you, a plethora of them, she was able to pull herself out of the gutter into grace and joy. This is a must read.
Thank you, Michael. I highly recommend, though, that everybody start with this one. I really, truly appreciate Michael's kind words on my book, but if it wasn't for this book and this amazing man right next to me, I'm so glad I'm here with you. That book that he's holding wouldn't even be in existence. He is such a phenomenal spiritual mentor. He has so much wisdom. He's been doing this for over 30 years, and I highly recommend this book. The only way to get it right now, though, is by contacting one of us. And when you do, you can also get mine. But here's the thing. The special inscription that goes inside each book is special right for you. And right now, his is not up on Amazon. And there's a good reason for that. Why don't you tell them the only one that's up there?
Well, there's only one. It's a used book, and you can buy it for $500. And it goes to Amazon, by the way. However, you can get one of these books from us for $29.95. Includes shipping and handling. No plus, no tax. We cover all that. So if you're interested in it, take advantage of it. It will change your life.
This to me is priceless. He saved my life. So trust me on this one. These are beautiful gifts any time of the year, not just for the holidays. Any time of the year when you love someone as much as we all love our family, when they're struggling, make sure you send them one of these books. And who knows, maybe mine too. The most important thing, though, is start getting connected with Michael. Take him up on that complimentary consultation. You're going to be so glad you did. So I have nothing more to say other than happy holidays. What about you, Michael?
Well, I just want to remind everybody that I would suggest getting both books. You'll understand it more. And there's room in the book to make notes, which is a little unusual. And some questions for you. and it's individualized. So again, if it feels right, contact us. Tiiu has all that information. We want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for being with us this year. We want to thank you for letting us give you this beautiful messages. As you know, sometimes I make mistakes. It's channeled information. We don't rehearse anything. This is life. This is truth. But more importantly, when we say something, we make a mistake, we correct ourselves. And how often do other people make mistakes and admit it? So, everyone, we wish you a happy, healthy, and wonderful, prosperous New Year and Christmas and whatever holiday you're enjoying. Enjoy your life. Enjoy those around you. And remember, you are
are
unlimited.
unlimited.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Take care, everybody. We love you.
We love you. Share the love.